Hello there. We are ready for our second lesson for this week, and we are going to be doing Module 14, Lesson 3, Represent Addition of Fractions. So again, we're continuing with adding fractions, and we want to make sure that you are really feeling comfortable adding those fractions, and you're going to be able to this time use a number line, and you're going to be able to read a word problem to figure out how to solve these addition problems. So Caleb enters a frog in a frog jumping contest. His frog jumps twice. Caleb wants to find the total distance his frog jumps. So how could we determine the lengths of each of the frog's two jumps? And then how could we find the total distance the frog jumped? Well, let's look at, we can see visually how the frog jumped, and we can see that we are broken up into one whole foot, and then what would our fractions be for each part of this whole foot? Well, we've got one piece here, right? 2, 3, 4. So this is in fourths. So this first section would be 1/4. Then we have 2/4, 3/4, and then this would be 4/4, and 4/4 is the same as 1 whole. So that's how we were able to determine the lengths, right? So the frog's first jump jumped 1/4. The frog's second jump jumped 1/2. And this gives us a total of 3/4. So see, 1/4 was the first jump. Then from 1/4 he jumped 1/2. Then when you add your 1/4 plus your 2/4, you get the total amount the frog jumped within the two jumps. So it would be 3/4 foot that the frog jumped. Okay. Next page. A grasshopper jumps 2 6 yards and then immediately jumps another 3 6 yards. How far does the grasshopper jump? So we're going to represent the jumps on the number line. So first, we can see that our denominator needs to be out of sixths. So we need to make this whole broken up into sixths. So we're going to go right down the middle, and then we need 3 sections on this side and 3 sections on this side, so that way I have 1/6, 2 6, 3 6, 4 6, 5 6, and then 6 6 would be our 1 whole. So the grasshopper first jumped 2/6 of a yard. So we're going to represent the first jump to the 2 6. Then he immediately jumps another 3 6 of a yard. So we need to go 1, 2, 3 more sixths. So the second jump lands there. So if we were to write an addition equation, we could say that the grasshopper jumps 2 6, plus 3 6, and that equals 5 6 of a yard. Okay? Don't worry about B. We're not going to be writing sentences. So the grasshopper jumps a total of 5 6 yards. So we can see that our first jump, right, is our first number, our first fraction. Our second jump is the second fraction, and where we land is the total. Your landing is the total. So total of 5 6 of a yard. So B and D you can cross out. Okay, we've got our rabbit now jumping. Sam's pet rabbit lives in a hutch. Oh, he's not jumping. We're talking about the area that he lives in. Sam's pet rabbit lives in a hutch with a sleeping space that has an area of 3/12 square yard. Cece's pet rabbit has a sleeping space that has an area of 4/12 square yards larger than Sam's rabbit's sleeping space. What are the area of Cece's rabbit's sleeping space? So we're going to use this visual model to find the area of Cece's rabbit's sleeping space. Whew, tongue twister. So let's first shade in the fraction strips that represent the area of Sam's rabbit. So Sam's rabbit is 3/12 square yards. So we need 3 of these shaded in for Sam's rabbit. Okay. So here we've got Sam's rabbit's sleeping area. And then we're going to shade in Cece's is 4/12 larger than. So 1, 2, 3, 4/12 larger than. So hers is actually Sam's plus this part, right? So this would be Cece's. Sorry, it's hard to, maybe I should write it up here, but I want you to see that it's the whole thing. So our addition equation would be 3/12 plus 4/12 equals S for Cece's area, right? So 3/12 plus 4/12 would be 7/12 yard is Cece's rabbit's sleeping space. So remember, hers was 4/12 larger than Sam's. So you have to have Sam's plus 4/12 more to get Cece's amount, Cece's rabbit's amount of space. Okay, let's check for understanding. We're going to do some more addition. Use the number line to find the sum. So we've got 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, 6/10, 7/10, 8/10, 9/10, and then 1 whole would be 10/10. So we need to add 4/10 plus another 4/10, which would equal 8/10. 1/4 plus 1/4 equals 2/4. 1/8 plus 2/8 equals, I was saying the answer first, 3/8. Okay? So remember, you're just adding that numerator and the denominator stays the same. And then on your own, if you, again, you want to do this independently, pause the video, do the work, then come back and check your answers or stay with me. Weston walks 1/4 mile to school and 1/4 mile home. How many miles does Weston walk? Use a visual model to show how he walks. So his whole is broken up into fourths. He walks 1/4 mile to school and 1/4 mile home. So 1/4 plus 1/4 equals D, and D equals 2/4 mile. Okay, so that way we can write, we wrote our equation, we found the distance for D, and we used our visual model. Judy uses these fraction strips to find a sum. What are 2 equations that could model this sum? So one way that we could show the total, what is our total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One way we could show our total would be 1/6 plus 4/6 equals 5/6. Another way, we could do 2/6 plus 3/6 equals 5/6. So they just want us to come up with our own addition equations that could model what this picture shows. Number 6. Max spends 1/5 hour sweeping the floor It takes 3/5 hour more to clean his room than to sweep the floor. How many hours does Max spend cleaning his room? So we know he spends 1/5 sweeping and 3/5 more cleaning his room than sweeping his floor. So if we add 1/5 plus 3/5, that's going to equal 4/5 hour to clean his room. Okay, and finally finding the sum. 5/10 plus 4/10, 9/10. 2/8 plus 5/8, 7/8. 1/6 plus 1/6, 2/6, 2/6 plus 3/6, right? We're going to add these two first. And then 2/6 plus 2/6 would equal 4/6. 3/8 plus 1/8 is 4/8. 4/8 plus 3/8 is 7/8. Okay. So your independent work will be 14.3. Remember, for the explain your answer, just show the work. If all you do is show the work, you don't have to write sentences. Just show the work, and that gives the answer. When you get to the decimal points for 13, you do not have to do that. You can if you want for bonus, if you feel comfortable doing those. But usually we don't do decimal points until the end of the school year, or till like last, very, very last. That's why we haven't done it yet. So when you get to that one, you can cross number 13 off. And you do not have to do that. That could be bonus. And actually number 14 could be bonus, because we haven't really discussed a lot with money. So the 13 and 14 are bonus. You can do them if you want, but if you do not have to do them. Okay? All right, I will see you soon. I hope you have a great rest of your week. Bye.